Hi, welcome back to the channel. You've all seen the fun videos I posted with me and my daughter having a great time out and about, and that will continue. But today I want to talk about finances, and here's the truth. Being a single parent financially, it isn't easy. In this video, I'm going to open up all about money, budgeting, and how I work it all out. And hopefully this will be useful for those of you that are potentially in the same situation as me. I'm going to talk about the reality of finances as a single parent. Obviously, I've been in relationships in the past that I've touched on, and when you lose that second income, it is a humongous shift. I've gone from a situation where money particularly wasn't an object. Not that we were rich by any means, but we could go on nice holidays, had nice cars, and all that. And once that goes, and everything's down to you, it's difficult. It really is difficult, and I'm going to talk about that and how I cope with that on a day-to-day basis. As you're all aware, I'm now in a situation where it is just me and my daughter, so every cost is down to me. So food, clothes, electricity, council tax, that you will all know the list goes on and on. And then activities, obviously I'm still trying to do things with my daughter, take her out and about, but it is a big burden, and I have to budget really, really closely. Then, of course, you have potential childcare, school holidays. I only have so much annual leave. So then that is yet again another cost that just goes into the pot, which it can be a drain. And obviously, there's no backup plan. As a single parent, you are on your own. You can't split the cost with anyone, so you have to be really, really careful. And that's what I try to do. And I'll explain how, as I said before, how I try to make it work for myself and my daughter. I'm going to talk about what I struggle most with, and sometimes what can be difficult is when you get them unexpected costs. So a car repair might happen, school trips. As you will all be aware, school trips are not cheap, not cheap at all. So these things come in, but what I really struggle with is I have a feeling of guilt that I can't afford certain things for her, and she's had to adapt as well. As I said, she's gone from almost getting what she wanted. I know that makes it sound like she was spoiled, but going from almost from what she wanted to now, it's hard. We're in stores and I have to say no. We can't go on these big holidays. I can't afford to go to Orlando, as an example. We do a lot in the UK, and just cheap and cheerful. And it's really interesting the way she's adapted. We have a great time. And over the last 2 years or so, since it's just been me and her, she has come on so much. And actually, she's getting really good at budgeting herself and learning the value of money. And that's a really good life skill for her, and I'm really pleased about that. But at the same time, I still have them guilt feelings that I want to, as a parent, you will understand that you want to give your child so much, and I can't. And I find that really hard, and I do feel guilty about that sometimes. I'll go without, I won't get myself new clothes or anything like that at all. Nowadays, if I'm getting clothes, it's from charity shops. It is what it is, but then at least I can give my daughter a good life. And I know money's not everything, and she has got really, really good and understands. But at the same time, that does give me real guilt that the situation we're in, and I can't do what I did for her before. So what I'm doing now with me and my daughter is I'm balancing out, still giving her great memories and amazing times, but then I stick within a budget. I have a budget, but what I have found is, I've become incredibly frugal. I'm brilliant at finding offers now and vouchers for different bits and bobs. I'm hoping to take it as an example. I'm hoping to take it to Alton Towers in the next school holidays, and I believe it's something like 60 odd pound if you pay on the door, but if you do it beforehand online, you can get it for 29. And then I found out you can get vouchers and get another 25% off. So it's kind of, that's just an example of me budgeting. So I work on a budget, but I'm still balancing that out, that she can still have some amazing memories. What I always struggle with as well, it's the mental strain, constantly budgeting, thinking about money. Can I afford to buy this? Can I afford to buy that? in the supermarkets looking for the offers with regards to food, etc. So it is mentally, it's mentally pretty draining, and I have to cope with that. Obviously, I'm the parent, but mentally it can be really difficult sometimes. I'm going to talk about how I manage all the finances, and I guess I'm a bit of a geek. So I've come up with spreadsheets, and it is basically income and then outgoings, and I just monitor um, daily, weekly, monthly, and I'm just monitoring and through these spreadsheets, and actually they are really, really, really helpful, and it just gives me keeps me on track, and then I know if I'm going to have a little bit of extra money. And what I also try to do is I have a different account where any excess money I have at all, I'll just put away, and that's, if you like, mine and my daughter's activities account, going out account, whatever you want to call it. So that's the way I do it now. I have got spreadsheets that I follow, and I input. So I input my wages, and then all the outgoings, and I can just then keep a real close handle, just keep it really tight. Another thing I do is I never used to have shopping lists, believe it or not. I'd just go to the supermarket, and wander up and down. I have shopping lists now which I've created, and once again I follow them really tightly. And the way I do it is, if I run out of something, I just pop it onto my notes onto my phone, and that's what I'm going to buy. So I have become quite strict with myself, but it works. And by doing that, it does allow me to have that little bit of spare money when needed. I've also found managing on a tight budget, I've done now loads and loads of research on free activities, free day outs, and we've discovered some amazing places. So there's loads of beautiful places across the UK, be it parks, going to the beach. We've done loads of really nice things, and it's kind of, I guess, in a way, opened my eyes up that you don't need to spend a huge amount of money to have a great time. And I have always known that, but I guess I'm now utilizing that a lot more. And as I said previously, it's this kind of feeling of guilt. I can't give my daughter what she had before, but I am getting better at it. And it's almost like me knowing I have got to say no sometimes and being okay with that. And I am learning to get better at that. Am I there yet? No, but I am getting there. I'm definitely getting there. You may all be sitting there thinking, why on earth is he sharing this? Why am I sharing this? And it is really because I've had a lot of help on YouTube, and I've watched other people be honest, open up. We have this social media where some people just create this perfect life, this perfect environment, nothing goes wrong, their life is awesome, but that's not the truth. And what I want to do on this channel is actually, show the truth. Yes, show when we have great days out, etc., but also, talk about real life, and what it's like. I did a video earlier in the channel where I was speaking about, entering your 50s and not having any friends. I was very open and honest there as well. So in between all the days out videos we do, I do want to throw in things about being a single parent. So it would be great if people are watching this and knowing that you're not alone. There's probably lots and lots of us who are struggling, and we can share. And I think it is good to share. And I suppose it's maybe even not even just single parents. There'll probably be a lot of single parents who've got lots of money, people, those that haven't, and it could be, like couples who struggle as well. So it is really, I'm sharing these things just to say you're not alone, and if anything I'm saying helps, gives reassurance, that would be wonderful for me, and I am hoping that if people are in the same situation, please comment. We have a conversation in comments. We should be able to support one another. What I would say, if you do have any hints and tips and ideas on how I can manage my finances better, or any freebies or discounts, free days out that you all know of that are awesome, let me know as well in the comments, because that'd be great. That'd be really useful, actually. So we're coming to the end of the video now. If you've made it this far, thank you so much for watching this video. Hopefully it's been helpful, and I'd just like to say I do absolutely love being a dad, and I wouldn't change anything for the world. It is just one, it is the greatest thing in my life having my daughter, and I am extremely lucky that she lives with me and I get to experience all these great things with her. As I say, I just wanted to share this just to talk about, a little bit of real life, and how I try to cope financially. But as I say, I absolutely love being a dad, and I hope that comes across in the videos when we are out and about. If you have like this, please like and subscribe, drop comments in the comments underneath, and thank you very much and have a great day.